ready cat is stepping into the wild. Claws sharp, eyes focused. I'm about to tell you everything about bears. How they live, how they fight for survival, and why they are true giants of nature. Get ready, this is going to be a wild story.
Bears are some of the most powerful, mysterious, and surprisingly funny animals on Earth. At first glance, a bear looks like a walking tank covered in fur, but if you watch closely, you'll realize it's also a professional napper, food thief, and part-time comedian of the wild. Bears belong to the family Ursidae, and they have been ruling forests, mountains, tundras, and even icy Arctic regions for millions of years. There are several species of bears, including brown bears, black bears, polar bears, sloth bears, sun bears, and the famous panda, who somehow convinced evolution that eating only bamboo was a good idea. Let's start with where bears live, because these guys clearly didn't want to limit themselves to one type of real estate. Bears can be found in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. Brown bears roam forests and mountains. Polar bears dominate the frozen Arctic like snow-covered kings. And black bears are the ultimate survivalists, adapting to almost anything from deep woods to areas suspiciously close to human trash cans. Yes, bears are excellent hunters, but they are also excellent at finding leftovers. And they have absolutely no shame about it. When it comes to size, bears are absolute units. Some species can stand over 3 meters tall on their hind legs, which is impressive until you realize they usually do this just to see better or to look intimidating, not because they're about to start a wrestling match. Despite their massive size, bears can run incredibly fast, reaching speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour. So if you ever think, I could probably outrun a bear, congratulations. You are already part of the bear's imaginary menu. Now let's talk about food, because bears take eating very seriously. Bears are omnivores, which means they eat almost everything. Meat, fish, berries, nuts, roots, insects, honey, and yes, sometimes things humans accidentally leave behind. A bear's diet depends on its species and habitat, but one thing is universal. If it looks edible, smells edible, or even slightly resembles food, a bear will probably try to eat it. Brown bears love salmon and can spend hours fishing in rivers, showing patience that would put most humans to shame. Pandas, on the other hand, eat bamboo all day long, which is like deciding to live on salad forever. Respect. Bears are incredibly intelligent animals. They have excellent memories, especially when it comes to food locations. If a bear finds a good berry patch or a reliable fishing spot, it will remember it for years. Bears can also solve problems, open containers, and figure out how things work faster than many people expect. This intelligence is one reason why bears are both fascinating and dangerous. They are not mindless beasts. They are thinking, planning animals that know exactly what they're doing, especially when snacks are involved. One of the most famous bear behaviors is hibernation. During winter, many bears enter a state of deep rest where their heart rate slows down. Their body temperature drops slightly, and they survive for months without eating, drinking, or going to the bathroom. Yes, months. Meanwhile, humans complain if lunch is delayed by 20 minutes. Hibernation allows bears to survive harsh winters when food is scarce. However, bears are not completely unconscious during this time. If disturbed, they can wake up very fast and become extremely aggressive, which is another great reason to let sleeping bears do exactly what they're doing. Bears are usually solitary animals, meaning they prefer to live alone. They don't form large groups or packs like wolves. The exception is mothers with cubs. Mother bears are among the most protective parents in the animal kingdom. A bear cub may look cute and harmless, but getting between a mother bear and her cubs is one of the worst decisions a living creature can make. Mother bears will fight animals much larger than themselves to protect their young, and they do not negotiate. Bear cubs are born tiny, blind, and completely helpless. It's honestly hard to believe that these small, Squeaky creatures will grow into massive powerhouses of the forest. Cubs learn everything from their mother: how to find food, how to climb trees, how to avoid danger, and how to be a bear in general. Play is an important part of their learning process, which means young bears spend a lot of time wrestling, chasing each other, and falling over. Basically, they are fluffy chaos machines. Despite their strength, bears usually avoid humans. Most bears want nothing to do with people and will try to escape if they sense danger. Problems happen when bears associate humans with food or feel threatened. This is why respecting wildlife and keeping distance is extremely important. A bear that loses its fear of humans is not a friendly bear. It's a dangerous one, and that situation rarely ends well for anyone involved. In nature, bears play a very important role in the ecosystem. They help control animal populations, spread seeds through their droppings, and even shape landscapes by digging and foraging. When a bear catches fish and leaves leftovers, other animals benefit too. In this way, bears are not just powerful predators. They are also ecosystem engineers, quietly keeping nature balanced, while looking like they're just wandering around looking for their next meal. Culturally, bears have been symbols of strength, courage, and wilderness for centuries. Ancient tribes respected them as spiritual animals. Warriors used bear imagery to represent power, and today bears appear in stories, movies, and cartoons, often portrayed as either terrifying monsters or lovable goofballs. The truth, as always, is somewhere in between. Bears are serious animals that deserve respect, but they also have personalities, habits, and moments that can be surprisingly amusing. So when you think about bears, don't just imagine a big, scary creature roaring in the forest. Think of an intelligent survivor, a powerful hunter, a loving parent, a professional sleeper, and an animal that has mastered life in some of the harshest environments on the planet. Bears remind us that nature is strong, smart, and sometimes a little bit funny. And if there's one lesson bears teach us all, it's this: eat well, rest often, respect your space, and never underestimate the power of a creature that looks cuddly but can outrun your bad decisions.